Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast African kingdom, nestled between mighty rivers and endless grasslands, there was a village called Njoro. The people of Njoro were known for their warriors, men who had fought in great battles, wrestled wild beasts, and defended their land from invaders. Strength was everything in Njoro. A man's worth was measured by his ability to fight, and the greatest fighters were honored as leaders, protectors, and kings. But among these warriors there was one person who did not fit the mold. Her name was Zahara. Unlike other women, Zahara was born with the strength of a lion and the spirit of a warrior. While girls her age were learning how to weave baskets, cook and dance, Zahara was climbing trees, wrestling boys, and hunting with the men. She could lift heavy stones that even full-grown men struggled to carry. She could outrun the fastest runners, and no one, not even the strongest warriors, could defeat her in a fight. But instead of celebrating her strength, the village mocked her. "A woman should not fight," they said. "She will never find a husband," others sneered. "No man will respect her," the elders warned. Yet Zahara did not care. She trained every day, her muscles growing harder, her reflexes sharper, and her spirit stronger. She knew she was meant for something greater. One night, as she sat beside the river, her mother, Mama Yua, sat beside her. "Daughter," her mother said softly, "your father was the strongest warrior this village has ever known. He taught you well, but a woman's strength is dangerous in a world ruled by men." Zahara looked at her mother, her jaw tight. "Then I will change the world, mother." Mama Jua sighed, shaking her head. She loved her daughter, but she knew the village would never allow a woman to rise above men. But fate had other plans. Every year, the village held the Great Challenge, a brutal contest where the strongest men from Nyoro and nearby villages battled for honor. The winner of the tournament was granted a title of great power, wealth, and respect. And this year, the stakes were even higher. The village's chief had died, and the elders had decided that the winner of the tournament would become the new ruler of Nyoro. Warriors from far and wide arrived, sharpening their blades, wrapping their fists, and preparing for battle. The village square was packed with spectators, drummers, and warriors flexing their muscles. Then, as the elders were about to begin the tournament, a lone figure stepped forward. Zahara. A gasp swept through the crowd. The warriors scoffed. "A woman? In the Great Challenge? This is an insult. She will break like a twig." But Zahara stood tall, her arms folded, her eyes burning with determination. "Have I not defeated your sons in battle?" she challenged. "Have I not bested your strongest men? If this contest is for the strongest, then let me fight." The elders murmured among themselves. Never before had a woman fought in the Great Challenge. It was forbidden. But one of the oldest elders, Elder Kofi, raised his staff. "Let her fight," he said. "If she loses, she will be banished from the village forever. But if she wins," he hesitated, "she will become our ruler." The crowd erupted. This was madness. Could a woman truly defeat the strongest warriors in the land? The challenge began. Zahara's first opponent was Baraka the spearman, a warrior known for his deadly speed and precision. He spun his spear confidently, grinning. "You should have stayed with the women, little girl." Zahara said nothing. She studied his movements, her body relaxed but ready. With a roar, Baraka lunged, his spear slicing through the air like lightning. But Zahara dodged effortlessly, sidestepping his attack. He swung again. She ducked. Frustrated, Baraka thrust the spear straight at her chest. But in a blur, Zahara caught the spear mid-air and twisted it out of his hands. Before he could react, she drove her fist into his ribs with such force that he staggered backward and collapsed. The crowd went silent. Baraka did not rise. Zahara had won. Next came Malik and Omari, twin warriors who fought as one. They had never been defeated. "We will break you," they said in unison. The drums pounded. The fight began. The twins attacked together, one aiming high, the other low. But Zahara moved like the wind, dodging their blows with breathtaking speed. She flipped over one brother and struck the other with a crushing elbow. The crowd gasped. Malik tried to grab her from behind, but Zahara spun, grabbed his wrist, and flipped him over her shoulder, slamming him into the dirt. Omari, now alone, lunged at her, but Zahara delivered a bone-cracking kick to his chest, sending him flying. The twins lay groaning in the dust. She had beaten them both. Now only one opponent remained, Kamari the Beast, the largest and strongest man in the kingdom. He was feared by all, known for his brutal strength. He stepped forward, towering over Zahara. "You are strong," he admitted, "but I am stronger." Zahara did not respond. She only raised her fists. The fight began. Kamari was fast. He swung a punch that could shatter bones. Zahara barely dodged, but the force of the blow sent dust flying. She countered with a kick, but Kamari caught her leg and slammed her into the ground. The crowd gasped. Was this the end? Kamari lifted her by the throat, squeezing. But Zahara, using all her strength, drove her knee into his ribs and twisted out of his grip. She ducked, weaved, and struck, using her speed against his brute force. Then as Kamari charged for the final blow, Zahara leaped into the air and delivered a thunderous spinning kick to his jaw. Kamari collapsed. Silence. Then the elders stood. "Zahara is victorious. She is the strongest in the land." From that day forward, Zahara became the first woman to rule the village of Nyoro, proving that strength was not in gender, but in will, heart, and courage. She ruled wisely, bringing prosperity and change. The moral lesson of this story is that strength, courage, and leadership are not defined by gender, but by determination and skill. Zahara's journey teaches us that believing in oneself, working hard, and challenging unfair traditions can break barriers. True leadership is earned through action, not birthright, and success comes to those who persevere despite adversity. This story inspires us to be fearless, push past limitations, and fight for what we believe in.